The first Friday of every month, a report comes out from the federal government called the BLS Jobs Report. And it very simply looks back at the prior month, how many jobs were created, how many jobs were lost, what is the unemployment rate, and it gives a lot of other statistics. Well, the February jobs report was just released and there was a lot of important information. The most important one that actually caused mortgage rates to fall a little bit was the lack of wage inflation. So let me explain to you what wage inflation means. You have the average wage of the average worker, and that wage is tracked, and if that wage goes up for the average worker, then that's called wage inflation. Well, everybody expected to see wage inflation in February of 2022 because we've seen significant inflation in the cost of goods. We're seeing over 7% increase year over year. From last year to this year, over 7% increase across the board. And in some cases, it's huge. I was talking to somebody that was telling me they went to buy a pound of ground beef. And I think they said it was $4.50 a pound for a package they bought back in January. And right now it's almost $8 for a pound of ground beef. That's a crazy increase. That's not 7%. That's almost 100% increase. The bottom line is you can't afford to pay more for goods if you aren't earning more money. So most employers, when they're bringing in more income because inflation is going up, they also need to raise wages so that their employees can continue to work and afford to live. Well, last month's report, the report that just came out this first week of March, said there was no wage inflation. That's really scary. Now, that could be because there were a lot of lower paying jobs that were created. And so even though people got pay raises, there were a lot of people that made a lower starting wage that joined the workforce. So that could explain it, but it's definitely a concerning number. So we've got to pay attention to this because we're going to be hitting a recession even faster than we think if we're going to continue to see inflation and yet we see no wage growth. Because now people literally won't be able to continue to put food on the table and buy bread if they're not making more money in order to pay the higher cost of living that's happening with inflation right now. Pretty crazy times we're going to have to watch and see. But for all of this information, please stay tuned with me and I'll keep you updated. And I hope you have a wonderful day.